Welcome back to Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. My name is Ricky, and today we're going to be finishing up Spain in the Global Rally Series with the final two stages in Spain, the first of which is just over 7 miles, and the second of which is 4 2/3 miles.
I think there's been a crash on the stage, so
good.
keep an eye out in case there's a car.
That's always good. I mean, at least it wasn't,
5, 4,
Jamie's car
3,
crashing.
2, 1, go.
Maybe I should, rev the engine.
5, left 5,
That's what you're supposed to do. So it's pouring down rain. That's exciting. Everyone kind of drives worse in the rain as, as we can tell from the fact that there's a crash, or that Maggie thinks there's been a crash, which is, by the way, never a great thing for, oh my goodness. That was just like a bunch of intense stuff going on right then. So it's never really good if you think there's been a crash. Like, you should know there's been a crash because there's people on the road. So, just FYI, this event, the Spain event, is a lost event. There's no recovering from it, basically, at this point. Because that was not good. I did get the hairpin at the very end, but I don't like the crackling sound. Why don't we just... I don't understand why there's crackling. We should hire an electronics guru. I heard 6, thankfully. I mean, it's good to at least hear the number, even if it's not the direction. So yeah, this event is a lost event. The likelihood that we are still in first in the overall championship, in the Global Rally Series, is very, very slim. Very, very slim. Like, just downright impossible. It would take basically Martin, who's currently in second in the overall championship, falling drastically, and and Jamie miraculously winning the last 2 stages by like 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, here comes the crash. Told you, there's the crash. I hope they're okay. People don't always drive the safe as possible in the rain. I feel like I'm driving about as good as I normally drive in the rain right now. Okay, well, that was awesome. You guys saw that, right? If you didn't, you should rewind, because that was the sweetest. I mean, the camera shifting to above the car wasn't great, but because it would have been better if you could have seen it from the perspective we normally see it from. But, or at least it felt like the camera shifted to above the car. I didn't do anything to make it do that, but that was awesome. I mean, this is definitely not going to be a clean stage. I've already banged up the car at least 3 times before then, maybe more. No, definitely more. But that was still sweet. But unfortunately, you don't get bonus points for sweet flips. This isn't, Gymkhana, whatever it is. Gymkhana, you know what I'm talking about. The stunt stuff where you do donuts and, well, I don't do flips. Well, maybe you do flips. You didn't do flips in Dirt 3. But anyway, and maybe that flip reconnected whatever needed to get reconnected for the headset, because I do not want to be left in the dark about what we're doing. Also, I'm not driving well. I just feel like I'm not driving well. I mean, I'm not driving well, period, like the past 2 episodes before this, either. Because Spain has just been... It's just been bad. So... Like, for instance, there, I should have slowed down sooner. And I didn't, and I don't know why. It's making Jamie look bad, because anything I do with my controller makes Jamie look bad. But what I was trying to talk about at the beginning of this thing, about this being a lost event, is that last week I talked about Jamie's panic attack. And I think... No! That was bad. And I think I made it out to be a lot worse than it actually was. Because I made it... I think I used the word severe and I never should have. Because it wasn't. It wasn't a mild panic attack, but it was somewhere in between. You know, she's talked to a therapist that Hope found here in Spain that she could talk to. That was a sports therapist. So Jamie's been... She's getting help for it, but she, like I said, she's never had a panic attack before, and she's not particularly worried about having another one. Or she's not now that she's talked to someone. I think that creating the panic, I think the panic attack created the worry that she might have another one, you know? But now that she's spoken to a therapist, again, I'm not turning fast enough, and it's not not turning. I'm not braking quickly enough, and I don't know. Spain just sucks. Anyway, so, but everyone's been kind of, I don't want to say walking around on eggshells, but I know that Maggie's incredibly nervous about not winning this championship, because if we don't win this championship, we can't get into the global, the Triple Crown, and if we can't get in the Triple Crown, this is kind of the end of it. You know, we have to redo this championship again. And honestly, I don't know what'll happen if we don't win this. Thankfully, we have Wales, which we're kind of okay at, which I'm kind of okay at. I'm kind of okay, kind of not okay. There's sections of Wales that I'm terrible at. And then Sweden, which I am very good at, because I think no one else is. I drive as reckless as I normally do. So, Jamie drives as reckless as as she would anywhere else, but everyone else kind of drives a little bit more stable, a little bit more cautious, because they don't want to flip because of the snow. Much like they do in the rain, but it's just constant in Sweden. Also in Sweden, hopefully Hank will come out to see us. Our old engineer, because we miss him. I mean, you know, he had to go. He was missing his kids. He had to go. He had to do what he had to do, but we still miss him, and it'll be good to see him. He's from Finland, but he's come out to see us every other time we've been in Sweden. Of course, Sweden's the last event. The event following this will be Wales. So, yeah. Maggie is particularly worried about this because she doesn't want to lose this event, not because she's worried about what happens to Jamie, necessarily, or even her career, but, you know, it's just not going to be good if we can't win and make it into the Triple Crown, the glory of the Dirt 4 Championships. Like the literal glory of the Dirt 4 Championships. You know? And that worries Maggie more than it worries anything else. So.
Alright, get her to the control.
Alright, let's see how we did. Please be good. Please be okay.
Okay, we're done. Standings updated.
Okay. Okay. Fourth! Oh! Oh, be still my heart. Oh, fourth. So the only drivers we're behind are the French drivers, which is interesting. I mean, consistently it's Jamie and Rousseau and Martin. Admittedly, we were not close to catching them in this stage. Event standings. Although, look at this, we're in 5th overall. We are barely out of 4th. 3rd place is, however, not within our reach. Thing about it is, unless Martin drops to 3rd, which is also unlikely, given how far away he is from Rousseau, how far ahead he is of Rousseau, it's just not going to be good for us going into this. We're barely holding on to 1st place overall in the championship. So, we'll probably drop to 2nd.
Just keep an ear on the pace notes. We got a good feel for this stage earlier.
Who's we?
5,
The things I don't know about Rally.
3, 2, 1, go.
Because I want to know who we,
Right 3,
who this we
right
is.
4 through depth 60, right 1. And
Um, so after that last stage, after the results came in,
and right 3.
Hope and Maggie were having a pretty heated conversation,
Hairpin left, long,
but in very hushed tones. You ever seen two people having a conversation where they're clearly whispering, but they also look like they're also shouting at one another while at the same time? That's the best way I can describe it. They were whisper shouting at one another. Also, before I forget, it's incredibly dark, and I don't do well in these heavy nighttime stages. Also, it's raining. Also, I hate this. So, Hope and Maggie were having a conversation that that I was very interested in. So I sort of snuck over close to find out what they were saying, and from the sounds of it, I could tell very quickly that they were talking about the sponsors and how Jamie was missing all of the sponsor targets for this event, which is true. Because, what? See, these are the things I should be paying attention to more, huh? Because Maggie just said something about something, the right something feel okay to me. And I don't know, because I don't know what she said.
Keep right over crest. Left 3, 60.
So, because I think that we only have a chance to get 2 of the sponsor payouts. Which is, by the way, the most ironic of them. The 2 that we have a chance to get are the vehicle recoveries and the penalty time. Which is weird, because those are the ones we tend to not get. You know, the other ones are coming second in the event, which isn't going to happen. Win 21 of the splits, which isn't going to happen. Win 2 stages, which can't happen. So, you know, and that's all the rest of them. What is with all the hairpins in Spain? I don't know. So they were talking about it. And as far as I could tell, what they were saying was they were trying to decide. Come on, come on, stop! Where are you going? What was that? I just want the car to stop. I keep needing to go in and turn off, because there's got to be a setting that lets me not go backwards when I hold down the brake button for too long. You know? There has to be a way to do that. And I haven't gone in to find the setting. I don't know why that's ever a setting in any game. In any driving game, there should be a reverse button. And, as far as I know, 3 out of the 4 face buttons are not being used for anything. Oh man, I didn't see there was a city section. I hate this. Okay, you have to go faster than that, Maggie. So we're driving along the side here. That's just what we're going to be doing. We're just driving along the side. There we go. That actually went a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I know. I feel like for someone who has a good feel of the of this stage with the pace notes, in regards to the pace notes, Maggie, I'm getting them at very inconsistent times.
Right 6, into open hairpin right, into left 2, don't cut, 60, right 5, into left 5 long, 80, turn, acute left.
Oh yeah, probably the best acute turn I've had in
And right 4, into
Spain so far.
into right 3 over crest, and hairpin left.
I mean, nothing compares to the one that I literally
And
We had
right
penalty
four
time
request.
accrued.
Into
Also, I don't know how
open
much
right.
penalty time I get for them putting me back on the track the way they did a second ago, a while back, when I was complaining, when I was trying to stop the car, but it kept going backwards.
Left 6. And hairpin right. And left 3, 60.
I don't know. I don't know how much penalty time that'll accrue, so I don't know if we'll wind up only getting one sponsor payout or 0 sponsor payouts. Because that also depends on how many, if we wind up having some more vehicle recoveries. That's 1. I had 3,
And right 3.
so that's 4. I can have 6, so 2 more.
Right
But
5.
thankfully, I think we're almost done with this. We got to be getting close, at least. So anyway, so Maggie and Maggie and Hope are arguing over whether or not to tell Jamie about the
Right
sponsor
6
payouts.
request.
Hope
Left 5.
wanted to
Right 3.
tell her
Into
to
left
just
5. And
let her
right
know
1.
they weren't getting as much money as they normally get
Left 3.
per event. I mean, the event itself they'll still get money from, but Maggie was of the opinion that telling her would probably wind up causing her to have another panic attack, which I think that Maggie was right in this regard. But so that was their argument, their hushed tones argument. That didn't go well.
Hey, great work. We finished in the top 5 of the class.
Well, that's good news. Wait, is that top 5 of the event or top 5 of the stage? Holy crap! Stage results 8th. Still finished in top 5. Still finished 5th. Championship standings 2nd. So we're going to go over here. Okay, so yeah, we may be screwed. There's just no easy way to say it. We may be screwed in the Global Rally Series. That's a significant amount. Now, I think that the points go like this. I think it's 25 and then 18. I think it's a pretty significant drop in the rally stuff between 1st and 2nd. I could be wrong, but I think it's a fairly significant drop. What that means is hopefully if we win the next 2 events, we can get back on top. Yeah, that's right. We'll celebrate there. Okay, yes. Okay, so it goes 25, 18, 15. Okay, so that's a significant gap between 1st and 2nd. Here we go. 1 sponsor payout. So this was the end of Spain in the Global Rally Series. Hopefully Wales and Sweden will be better because our career literally depends on it. But this has been Jamie's Adventures in Dirt 4. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more Dirt 4.